So today we're in the workshop and I'm going to talk about Harbor Freight, my experience with their stuff, some things I have found that are incredible deals, and some things that I have found that are absolute junk. As you can see, I've got Harbor Freight stuff all over the place, so I've used them for years. The first time I went in there, I'd never even heard of them. My friend needed some casters. I didn't even know what a caster was at the time. So he said, hey, I'm going to go over to Harbor Freight. You want to come? I was like, yeah, what the heck? I went there, and as soon as I walked in the door, I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. It was just the most magical place, and I've had a love affair with Harbor Freight for, the last 20 years, probably like everybody else. But today, we're going to talk about the things that I've liked and the things that I haven't liked. And I'm going to start with the things that I haven't liked. And this is my number one thing that I've hated, is these clamps. These clamps are just absolute junk. They have failed so many times that it just pissed me off beyond belief. They're just absolute junk. These DeWalt's are, whatever, probably 4 times as much and worth every penny. So this has been my experience, that these clamps just fail. I don't know about the C clamps, but these little, these little clamps that you squeeze clamps, just terrible. I've just hated them. The next thing is zip ties. And this is not a Harbor Freight zip ties because I've thrown them all away. But the zip ties, or cable ties as they're sometimes called, are junk. The tensile strength is just non-existent. These are 75, and they're just so much better. So I've hated their zip ties. They failed so many times on me. It just drives me crazy. So I never buy the zip ties anymore. The next thing that I can't stand is their nail guns. And this is, I think they're medium level. And this particular gun has failed a couple of times. So you have to get the warranty. They have a cheaper model that I actually have had decent luck with. Then they have a higher end model that I haven't used because this one I've had so many problems with. So I'm like, I'm not buying anymore. And I got the warranty, so you can take it back. The problem is I live about 45 miles from a store, and if I'm framing something and my nail gun goes out, I'm down for a day or two. So it has frustrated me beyond belief. So I have not been impressed with their nail guns. I haven't. So that's one thing that has kind of bothered me, which is ironic because I love their compressors. So next up is the Harbor Freight compressor. And this is not even their top of the line one. This is their cheapest one, I think. And I've had this for years, and I have beaten the living crap out of it. As you can see, it's dirty and dusty. I have loved this thing. I've used it nonstop, framed several buildings, trim work, you name it. And in the same time, we bought a small pancake Craftsman that we've had to take back because it just hasn't worked out. This guy has just been a beast. So this is one of the best things. And I don't know what their reputation is on this. Maybe other people have had problems with it, with theirs, but this thing has just been a beast. I've been so happy with it. Non-stop. Never had a lick of problem with it. Love it. So one of my favorite things at Harbor Freight was this light. This flashlight. Quantum. This was, I think, 1,300, maybe even 1,500 lumens. It was an amazing, amazing flashlight. And I love flashlights. I've been collecting flashlights since I was a kid. I love flashlights, mag lights, all of that stuff. I'm a little bit of a connoisseur of flashlights. Love them. And this was the best flashlight I've ever used. And it was like 20 bucks, maybe 25 bucks. And I say was because they discontinued it. And it broke my heart. I was like, how can they discontinue this beautiful flashlight? Well, now I know why they've discontinued it. Because they've introduced its big brother. This one is a 3,700 lumen flashlight, and it kicks butt. I love it. The only thing is it weighs about 45 pounds. It is a monster flashlight, but it is just bright. It is almost as bright as my my shop light here, which of course is a Harbor Freight shop light. It is an impressive flashlight. And this one here I've used for years, well, since they came out with, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when they came out with them. I love it. It is an incredible flashlight, easily the best flashlight I've ever used. So next up is rubber gloves. Back before the whole COVID thing, you could get these things for almost nothing. Now, of course, like everything else, you know, they're expensive. But I have a lot of these, and they're great. You know, the 7 mil, they have one that's actually a 9 mil that's, of course, even thicker. But I love these. These things have been great. They're cheaper than any glove I've ever seen. So I have been very, very happy with these gloves. So the final thing is, this one's a little heavy, is my framing nails. And I do a fair amount of framing. I'm not a carpenter or construction guy, but I've done a fair amount of framing. And I love these nails. Just love them. I mean, they've worked great. I've had very few problems, if any problems. In fact, the only problems I probably ever had with them were just the fact that, you know, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. They seem cheap. They're cheaper than anything, and they seem to be just as good. So again, if there's any contractors out there, tell me about your experience with these nails, because I have loved them. I'd love to hear what everyone else's experiences have been, good or bad. I guess there's one more thing we can talk about, is these paddle wheels. I really love these paddle wheels. I haven't noticed them wearing out any quicker, and they're probably half the price. The only thing is they have a brand that's one notch above that I don't like. It's got a weird little top on the head, and I don't like how that works. But this, you know, their cheap little Warrior brand, I love them, so I've never had any problems with them. And in my experience, they seem to be reasonably priced. So if anyone has an experience on that, let me know as well. All right, that's it for today. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.